Looks like we've lost Emma Shaw. We know the National Weather Service is supposed to be out there later on today surveying some of that damage. Do we have Emma back?
So I know that I have shown the storm shelter before in a video, but y'all, I was so thankful and just grateful that I had this the other night when the tornado came through the area. And as we got in there, and I'm gonna open the door. When we got in here and we closed that door, y'all, it was silence. And you can see that we have that in here. Bo, don't get in here. Bo. Okay, as you can see, we've got a large kennel in here for fur babies because we did not leave them in the house. We made sure. Bo is in here tearing up stuff. Bo, no goats allowed. But what I wanted to show you is this double steel door here, okay, and the fact that it opens to the inside. The chances of you getting trapped in there is almost zero. I mean, it would take something drastic. And you can see how it's anchored 3 feet into the ground. Now, I did not have to fight goats to get in there, even though it's in the pasture. It's because it's halfway between my house and my daughter's house. And that's just kind of how we wanted it, was in this spot, so that no water can get into it and we all had access to it. So that is the part that I really liked about it, is that it is strapped 3 feet into the ground. The door does open to the inside, not the outside. And here is air vents. It is also wired for electricity if you wanted to run electricity to it, to have weather radios or whatever. But I did notice that as soon as the tornado touched down, power lines were taken out. So unless we put some solar power in there, which that is always a possibility. Right now we just have battery operated stuff in there. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. We got it from Lake Martin Storm Shelters. A sweet lady named Mary Hardy does the storm shelters, and she has so many different ones to choose from. But we chose this one because we need it above ground because of the low level here. We need it above ground, but this one also, not this particular one, but one exactly like this, took a direct hit from an F5 tornado, and it was the only thing left standing. So we were very confident in our choice. But I will put a link to Lake Martin Storm Shelters in the description of this video, and that way if you guys want to look at other storm shelter options. And we had an underground refuge before we moved here and really loved it, and Mary Hardy also did that one. She's very economical on her prices. So again, I'll put a link in the description of this video on that. Okay, so hair up in a ponytail today. Move, Harold, quit gobbling. Hair up in a ponytail today because it is so windy with this cool front coming through that caused all the storms. And, you know, we just got to deal with the wind at this time. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I do have the mic on today because of the wind. And I think that I've got a piece of tin loose on the roof on a corner. So that might be a product of the storm at the barn. Let me give you an update about the baby goats. Let's go in here. So all the baby goats are a week old. And they are just beautiful. I'm going to show you these babies. Okay, finally got the video camera going. Look how pretty. Look how precious they are. Now, the mamas, since it's been a week, and I still don't trust Nellie with the babies because when I first let the mamas out, she kind of run to the mamas also. And it kind of scared me a little bit, but then she stopped right before she got to the mamas and started grazing beside them. So now that the mamas with their hormonal sense are okay with her, we may try the babies next. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm leaving the babies locked up and letting the mamas out for 2 hours at a time, maybe 3 sometimes. But that gives them time away from the babies to graze and keep their weight on, because the thing about the mama goats is that they can lose their weight very rapidly because they're being pulled down by those babies. And I don't want that for my mamas. So not only do I feed them grain, and you can see they have grain left. They did not eat all of it. So not only do they get grain, they also get the fiber and grass that they need. Because I am letting them out and have some time away from the babies, but not too much time that they can't come back and feed the babies in a timely manner. So here is Trooper. Hey, Trooper. And Lily. Lily's out like a light. Now, I want to show you one more. This sweet baby over here. This sweet baby over here. This is Daisy. If Daisy don't hurry up and have her babies, Daisy is going to pop. She's lazy today. She's not getting up. So I think we're getting close with Daisy. She does have her milk bag. She has a hard time getting up and down. Yeah, she has a hard time. See, her udder is, and she's swollen today. So we may have some more babies by the end of the day. I've been thinking that every day, but Daisy's looking a little ragged today. So I've got her in here with the other mamas, and you know, they all stay away from each other. And Daisy is one of those goats that is just so gentle with the other babies, and where those two mamas are not. If another baby comes near them, they kind of headbutt them a little bit. But Daisy doesn't do that. Daisy will give them a warning and gently nudge them. But you can see Daisy is, Daisy looks like she's opening up back there, and she's not moving real fast today. So Daisy, are you going to have us some babies today? And she's backing up like she's not feeling real good. And just chewing. And that's what the other goats did. So maybe Daisy is ready. I see that she's not eating her grain either. Hey, Daisy May. You're a good baby. Well, I was worried about these goats and the male goats and Nellie. I was worried about them during the tornado, but the next morning I came out here, and it's been 2 days now. I did not record yesterday because everything was a mess and I just needed to get stuff done. So I came out the next morning when it was daylight and I could assess any damages. And the stalls, I mean, it's just as dry as it is now, just dry. And everybody was warm and cozy. So I think everything held up pretty good. And like I said, in 30 seconds, everything was over anyway. It touched down and it was right up the road, the damage that I showed in the video. And we've got winds, rain, lightning, and of course, when we were in the shelter, we did hear the roaring sound, and for 30 seconds it was crazy outside, and then it was just gone, just silence. And I honestly thought my house would not be there because it was so bad. When I looked out, there was no power, no street lights or anything, so I couldn't see, and I couldn't see my house. So I was frantic. I really thought that my house was gone, but we are blessed. We got lucky, and I felt safe because I was in the storm shelter. And you know, you got to look at it like this: stuff you can replace, lives you cannot. And me and my daughters are alive and well, and I feel blessed today. And Daisy, I feel really blessed if you give me some babies. What color do y'all think her babies will be? Now, Hut's brown, multicolored. And how many do you think Daisy's going to have? I mean, look at this. Daisy is so big she can't. Look at that. She'll have 2 or 3. I've got somebody guessing 3. So she may be just fat and have 2, but she also may have 3. Daisy is just the best goat, and you can tell she does not feel good right now. She's kind of closing her eyes, so yeah, it might be today, y'all. I've got company over here. The gobblers are checking everything out, making sure that I'm doing the right things in here. And there is a chicken in the chicken house that's laying an egg. All right, so we may have some babies pretty soon because she's backing up now. It looks like she might be in some pain. We may not. You know, Daisy is one of those that you just can't tell. But just wanted to give you guys an update after the storm, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and y'all farm on.